So the first thing to do, you open Google Colab. So let me just share my screen. Let me just share. Where is my share screen? Okay, this is my. Wait. Let me just move my screen here so you can see. Okay, let's just start this. Share my. Where is my? Okay, so this is my Google. So you start here. So you type in Colab Google. So it will give you a Google Colab. You just click on Google Colab, and it will bring you something like this. Oh, this is new. New release. So that's okay. So you click on New Notebook. Okay, just click on that one. I hope everything works fine because this is kind of new. They have their new design. So it's going to take a while. It depends on your setting. Sometimes it is kind of white. The background is white. Mine is black. I've set it somewhere to make it like a dark environment, but yours may be white. Okay, let's just click the X on this release note to make it clean. So, have you seen this on your screen? Give me your thumb if we're there, so we know the progress or the status of your. Okay, now this is what we call Google Colab. A long time ago, when I teach students how to program, it was difficult because we have different kind of environments, different kind of OS, MacBook, Mac OS, Windows, and things like that. So it's kind of confusing. But this time, you have a computer somewhere. So what we are doing is we program on the cloud, so you don't have to install anything on your computer. Okay, so the first thing you see on the screen is basically an environment. This is what we call a notebook. Notebook. So well, you can view this just like a spreadsheet. You have cells where you type in numbers, text, or equation in your spreadsheet, whether that Google Sheet or Excel or whatever, right? So now the first thing to do, there is a file name here. It says untitled one. You can double click on it and then change it to, I don't know, maybe Python one or lesson one. Okay, lesson number one or lesson one. That's okay. Okay. The extension is .ipynb. This is interactive Python notebook basically. Just leave it like that. So you just enter it. Okay. Or you click somewhere and it says lesson number one. So this is going to be your file name. Later on, maybe next week when you want to open it again, the file is there, your coding is there. So the nicest thing about this environment is that this is not only a tool or environment to teach. This is actually for production. I have students working on their master thesis or skripsi, tugas akhir, or even dissertation using this environment. Okay, so no need to worry about your environment at home. So everything is like that. Now, if you click on the right, you look into the right side. There's the word connect. You click on it. You don't have to, but this is if you click on it. I'm just going to show you what's happening. So when it says connecting, it's basically creating a machine on the remote side, and it says RAM this. If you hover your mouse on top of it, and it will says connected to Python 3, Google Compute Engine backend, RAM, whatever this, whatever. So right now we can program Python in this environment. Okay. Now the first thing to do, we click on this area, the one that says start coding. Okay, we click on that and then we type in print like this, hello world. So you type in this. Uh, we right now we are programming in Python. Everything is case sensitive, so the word print, the p has to be lowercase and so on. Once you're done, there's a triangle or a circle with triangle inside it. Click on that. So basically, it will execute this command and will print hello world underneath. So anybody's got that one so far? So you are a Python programmer now. So look, you know how easy that is, right? To do program. Okay, if you have any question, feel free to ask right away. Okay, so you can change this. So you don't want hello world, you say hello Budi, for example. You can run it again by clicking the circle with triangle again, and it will say, okay, hello Budi. So in Python, print means display something on your screen. So it will display anything within the quotes. It could be double quote. Could also be a single quote, as long as the pairing is correct. Like single quote, it's single quote. You can do the same thing, run it again. You say hello Budi, make it my name, lowercase, for example. So it will print exactly what I say here. Okay. So if you want to print other things, you can put another line here. Okay, print selamat malam. Okay, you can do that. So it will print the first line and then the second line. So in programming, this is what we call programming. It will execute things from the top to bottom sequentially. So it will print the first line, second line, and so on and so on. Basically, it moves from the top to bottom. This is what we call an algorithm, a sequence of instruction. Now our instruction is very simple: print this, and then that's it. Okay, so that's how easy it is. Now, the nicest thing about this environment, the notebook thing, if you hover under the Selamat Malam, there's kind of a line here. If you hover on it, it says plus code or plus tag. Click on the plus code. Okay. So what we are doing it, we're creating another cell, just like we're creating another cell in spreadsheet. So we can do our command here. We can programming here again. So what our program here will not bother the first cell. So we can do whatever we want. Say, for example, we can also do this thing again, like uh, print again, for example, whatever you type in there, So you can click here and it will execute that. Okay. Now, in programming, this is nice, but we usually ask computer to do some kind of calculation because they're good in doing calculation. We humans are very bad with with doing calculation. Very very bad. That's why we need calculators and all kind of machines. So let's do some kind of calculation. Let's start. Oh, by the way, you can also, when you go for it, you can also put text. Usually, if you put text, this is your documentation. So the nicest thing about this environment is that you can have your documentation here. Programmers usually tend to leave the documentation. So when you go to your code again, say 3 months from now, 6 months from now, you don't know what you did a long time ago. Say, okay, why did I do this? Why am I doing this? So with the documentation, it will says, oh, okay, this is documentation of, you can say, here's documentation. Oh, sorry, I just delete that one. Of my program. I can see it, can read it again, and so on. I just okay. If I click it somewhere else, then it will. Now, if I don't want this, if I click on this, there's a delete button. If I can, if I can delete this one, okay. So that cell is gone. Okay. So now let's try this. Let's do a calculation. So in programming, usually we can assign variables just like we assign variables in a math. So we can say x equal to 5, for example, y is equal to 7, z is equal x plus 5. Now let's just print. Sorry, z. It has to be lowercase. Then we can run it again. So as you expected, oh, sorry, print z. Sorry, x plus y, not plus y. As you expected, it will add x plus y. It will add 5 to 7, so it's going to be like 12. Okay? Try this one first. If there's an error, let me know. If it's all good, give me a thumbs up. If you want me to wait, if you're still doing it, okay. One thumb, two thumbs, three, okay, four, okay, okay. Now, if you print this, then it will only print Z. But what if I want to print X and Y and Z? I can do this, X, comma, Y, comma, Z. I can do that. So it will print the variables separated by space. So it will print X, which is 5. It will print Y, which is 7. It will print Z or Z, which is X plus Y. So you can do this. Now, play with it. So, for example, uh, additional is very simple, but can I use multiplication? Yes, you can multiply. Multiplication is done with an asterisk. So you can run it again. So it will says, okay, 5 multiplied by 7 is 35. So this is too easy for you. Let's say this one 555. You know, let's run it again. So it's easy for a computer. For us, it's going to be difficult, right? Let's just do this. Multiply by 17. You know, so all you have. Yeah, this is just like your calculator, kind of. So sometimes it's easier for me to do it in Python. So I just, I need to do something. Just open Python and then just open this and then type in what I want to do, and it will do it for me. Instead of, oh, where's my calculator? So this is your calculator, kind of. How about subtraction? Oh, you can do subtraction, but let's do division. Do this. X divided by Y. Let's run it. Oh, okay. So X, it's divided 555 divided by 17. So it's 32.64, whatever, right? So I can also do this. Instead of doing that, I can do print. I can add more text here. Say uh, the result is, and then you put comma Z, for example, right? So if I can run it here and you say the result is, so you can mix and match this instead of just the variables. You can also put text here, so you can do this. And you should see sometimes you can see the word saving on top here, on top of your screen. So it's basically saving your work into your cloud. It's going to be there. So tomorrow you can recover this, follow this one again. The file is in your Google Drive account. Good? Is it good? Good? No? Good? Okay. If you have any question, feel free to stop me. But still don't understand this. For those who are late, join us using Google Colab. Any question so far? Everything is okay, right? So in Python, you can also let's just do another session here. Let me just another code here. Now in Python, you can also use variable with text. So instead of number, I can say name. Sorry, let's just variable name is equal Budi. Oh, sorry, and then I can say last name. Last name is equal Raharjo. So I can print name and then last name. Can do it like that, and it will print Budi Raharjo. So variable can hold numbers. It can hold also, but this is what they call a string, a sequence of characters. We call them string. Okay, and in Python, you can also have comments. In real Python, usually we have comments with this. This is just a comment. It will not be executed. This is also a comment. Let's just run it. Let's see. No, okay, no, that's not. So this is a comment. Okay. Comment are good for documentation. Okay. So far so good. Okay. Uh
Uh,
yeah.
Budi,
Yeah.
sorry, this is the first time for me to use this, what we call it, another applications here. What is the
Mm,
functions of quote and quote, and also the functions of tanda pagar ya, Pak?
mm. So tanda pagar it is just a comment in the code. It will not be executed. Jadi ini nggak akan dieksekusi. You can write anything. This is your documentation basically in the code.
Hmm, okay, okay, okay.
So this pagar or we call it a pound sign or hashtag, it will not be executed. So basically that's it.
Okay,
Now
thank you, Pak.
the code, if we want to have a string of words or characters, we put it inside this string. So otherwise, it will not know what is this. So a sequence of characters, we call them string, and we put them under quotes. It could be single quote. Also, it could also be double
Double
quotes.
quote.
That's okay. Same thing. Syntaxically, it's the same thing, but I'm not going to detail. But they're a bit different. But let's just for now, you can use single quote or double quotes, just the same. Okay, good enough, Agus.
Yes, Pak. So far good.
Okay, okay, yeah. No, so yeah, so good. If you are confused, just ask me that kind of question, so I know. Oh, okay. So we can slow down and think about this. No need to rush. Now, if from the first example for numbers, we can add, we can multiply, we can do all kind of arithmetics. But what about string or text? What can we do? Okay, now let's do this. We can say combine, for example. Combine is equal. You can say combine is equal name plus last name. Print combine. So now what we are doing is, let me just do it without this one first. Okay, name plus last name, and then if you run it, it will say, "Oh, okay." Combine is basically combine the string together. We call this one concatenation. So this is what we call concatenation. Basically, basically combining two strings. So basically, we add them exactly as it is. Now the problem is in our text, for example, Budi and Raharjo, there's no space in it, right? So when you combine them, it is basically Budi Raharjo because there's no space in name. It's just Budi. Last name is Raharjo. So what if I want to have Budi and then space Raharjo? Well, I can do that and can combine this with this kind of yeah, not cheating, but this is what we do. We combine name plus space plus last name, and if you run it, it will become Budi Rajo again. So apparently in strings we can do also all kinds of manipulation, but now the word the plus means in string, if we put the plus, it means not adding the Budi and Raharjo, adding them together, or adding means combining them as a string character. Okay. I can also combine them. Say for I can also combine them. Okay, last name, and I can also there's name plus name. This is just for playing, right? I can do this, and if I run it again, it says Budi Rajo Budi because I'm combining this, right? Budi plus space plus Raharjo plus Budi, whatever we want to do, right? It doesn't make sense, but this is what we can do. Adakah pertanyaan? Or everything's okay? Okay.
Sir, so, sir,
Confusing already or not? Okay.
sir,
Yes.
what is the difference? Double string and single string, sir.
Okay. Syntactic. Okay. In the old days, when we put single quote means do take whatever exactly as it is, whatever it is. But in the other kind of programming language, double quotes mean you have to interpret that if there is variables inside that double quote, it will be replaced by with that variable in other kind of languages, say inside Perl, C, or whatever. So to distinguish between single quote and double quotes, single quote means exactly as it is. There's no changes. In double quotes, sometimes you can interpolate something inside there. For this particular case, it doesn't make any difference. Okay. So if you want to be safe, if the string is exactly as it is, it's not going to change. Usually you put a single quote. I got a habit of doing it using double quotes, but it's just a habit. But it is still safe. Okay.
Yes. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Ada lagi. Okay. Now, what if I want to print? Assuming I have. Okay, let's start again. Another session here. Let's do this. So I have like again. I have say name equal Budi, right? For example. Okay. What if I want to print Budi 5 times? Well, the easiest way would be this, right? Print Budi, then print Budi, print Budi, right? I can do this many times. Okay, let's do this. Copy, where's my copy? Paste, 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 right? If I run it, it will print Budi, Budi. Oh, sorry. Sorry, not print Budi, print name. There's no variable Budi. It says, there's no variable Budi. Yes, I'm wrong. Okay. Just put print name, print name, print name. Okay. Run it again. It says, okay, Budi, Budi, Budi. Okay. Well, this is okay. But if I want to print it 100 times, it's going to be a hassle. So in programming language, usually there is some kind of repetition that you can do. That one we can use what we call a loop. The easiest way to for loop is to have what we call a for loop. Okay, let's just delete this. Start from scratch. For I, so I in range say 5. Okay, colon print Budi. And if I run it again, it will print Budi 5 times. So the first line it says for I in range 5. So this is when I'm saying for I, this is a variable I. It could be A, it could be B or C. I can do this. It doesn't matter. This is just a temporary variable. For I in range 5, do something. Do something. The range means it says from range 5, it means actually from 0 to 5, excluding 5. So it's actually the I, it says 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me just print this one, I, comma, Budi, and it will print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will print Budi 5 times, but basically it's doing all the counting in I. So it's doing some kind of loop. The first time it will execute this, I is going to be 0. It will print 0 Budi. And then it says, oh, okay, go back. I now is becoming 1. Go back. I becoming 2. So it will do this 5 times. So this is what we have. For I in range 5, print I Budi. I can change this one to 10, and it will print from 0 to 10. So this is the kind of the quirky about computer. The number doesn't start from 1, it starts with 0. So if I tell you, okay, count into 5. Well, as a human, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for computer, count 5. It will say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Which is kind of strange. Okay. Let's put it back into 5. Do this. Okay. Some of you may get an error if it doesn't run. Okay. No. Is it okay? Give me a thumb. Thumbs. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now, there is a thing in Python called the scope or the globe, the block. So if I want to say do it 5 times, what should I do? I do it this. What do you mean by this? So what I have to tell Python, it says do this, but do this. What I mean by do this is this print. But you see that there are two spaces in front, or sometimes three spaces. But there are spaces in front of the print. So in Python, this is what we call a block. So if I want to do this, if I want to print Budi and then I want to print Raharjo, for example, right? You can do this also. So it will do this 5 times. It will do the first line, second line, but it will do this in 5 times. So, but if I put this the last line into this print Raharjo, it will print the first one 5 times, and then after that it will print this one. So in Python, block or what we call the scope is based on indentation. That's the thing I hate about Python, but this is how it goes. In other languages, usually you put curly braces or put something, but this is Python. And this is one of the confusing for me when I first learned how to use Python. And if you do this, no, so instead of the last print, if you do this, right, it will create an error because it says, okay, do it 5 times, but 5 times of what? And it says, I need something there. There is a block, but there's nothing here in this block. I don't know what to do, pa. And then it says, I don't know what to do. You want me to do 5 times, and then after that you want to print Budi and Raharjo. So it says, okay, there's something wrong here. Now let me just do this again. Some people use 2 spaces, some people use 3 spaces, some people use 4 spaces, and some people even use a tab here. So some people use tab. That's also possible. I'm using my own style. I'm using 3 spaces, but in this Google Colabs, it will use 2 spaces. So this one is 2 spaces. And if you type in Google Colab, it basically understand. Oh yeah, there's some kind of loop. If you look into the cursor, if you hit enter, it will actually automatically will put that one in the second or the third column. We'll do it for you. So it will create the blocking for you. Ada pertanyaan about this? It's kind of confusing. So this is the block is something like this. If you run it again, it will print Budi 5 times, and then after that it will print Raharjo. Okay? Adakah pertanyaan? Already confusing. I hope not. Okay. So this is kind of the first thing that we do in programming. Usually it takes quite a while to go into this part, but I'm just skipping many theories. I'm just doing it. What I'm trying to do is to teach you how to kind of learn Python quickly. Not theoretical Python, but this is what we do. Quick and dirty Python kind of. Adakah pertanyaan so far? Tidak ada? Give me a thumbs if it's okay, so I can move on.
Halo, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, where the I come from, sir? I in range 5.
Hmm.
I.
Yeah, I is basically any variables. You can call this one x, for example, the same thing, right? You can do this and replace it with x, also possible. So it's basically a random. And why people use I for some reason I don't know. It's just the habit of programmers. If you look this, there's even a joke. Why are you using I? Why not Z? Why not X? Yeah, it could be anything. But most programmers, for some reason, usually start with I. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Just
Thank you.
yeah, just like when in math, usually some things that we don't understand, usually we put x, right? X equals y. X. Why do you start with x? Why don't you start with a, for example, right? Yeah, we can start with a, b, and c. But I don't know, for some reason, or p, q, r, the same thing. Yeah. So this is basically kind of one of the weird thing.
I'm
Yeah, Gus.
still making it in error, Pak.
I don't know. I just follow what you
Okay,
are writing
so
on the board.
yeah, so show me your screen. So it's easier that way. Okay, show me your screen.
Wait up, wait up, wait up.
Show me your screen.
Wait up.
Mm-mm.
This one.
Okay, waiting for your screen. Okay. Okay. Print as okay. Remember when I say the print has to have some kind of indentation. So the print, the word print must have two spaces or more. Add
Oh,
two spaces. The word print. Okay. Yeah.
like this?
Okay. Yeah. Just okay. Now run it again. Boom. It works.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's
I
the
just
thing.
messed with the
Yeah. Yeah.
spaces.
So that's the thing that and that's kind of quirky in Python using spaces if you want to. The grouping is based on spaces. Okay.
Okay, Pak. Okay, Pak.
Okay. Good. Okay. Let me go back to my screen again. Okay. Let me just share my screen again. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Now let's move on. Okay. So we have learned to print something. We have learned to create a variables, which is x, y, z, and it can contain numbers, for example. Now we have also assigned string or text into our variables, right? Now let's do something else. Let's do that again. Now, this is one of the interesting about Python is you can create what we call a list. In other languages, programming languages, we call it array. But here's a list. Okay, let's see. Daftar. Okay, let's just do this. Daftar is equal. Let's add, like a random number. I don't know. Maybe let's just put some kind of number. I don't know. Okay. Okay, let's just do this. Okay. So I can have a list of number, and it started with square bracket. So square bracket indicates a list. I can do daftar and I can print daftar. If I run it, and it will print the list as exactly. So the variable is not just one number, but a sequence of numbers. Interesting, eh? Do that. Okay. Create a variable with random numbers. The numbers, the number of numbers could be anything. It can be 5 numbers, 7 numbers, 11 numbers, whatever you have. Okay. So now what we can do is we can say, oh, okay, let me see how many numbers do we have here. Well, you can count the numbers, but there is an easy way. There's a command called the length of. Okay, let's just do it. Print the length of the daftar. Okay, sorry. Okay. So if I put the print len of daftar, so len is a function that takes a variable and it will say the length of daftar. It says 16. So I have 16 numbers here. Let me just delete one number, okay? I'm going to just run it again and it says 15 numbers. Okay. Yours may be different. It depends on the number of numbers you have there. Okay, so you have a list of this of numbers. Later on, we'll see that we can have also a list of characters or names. Right? Now, the list or what we call in other languages we call array. Usually, there's a sequence number. So I have 15. So the first one is daftar 0, daftar 1, daftar 2, daftar 3, daftar 4, and so on, up to daftar 14. Remember, we start with 0. So the last one is daftar 14. So for example, I can print here, not the length. Now, if I don't want this to, if I don't want to print it, instead of deleting the command, I can just put the pound sign. So they're not going to be executed. Remember, instead of deleting them, I just put pound sign. It means that I don't want to I don't want to run them. Okay, let's just print. Say daftar. Let's see daftar number 3, array number 3, and it will say 6. So it's basically daftar 0, daftar 1, daftar 2, daftar 3. So daftar 3 is number 6. So I can also put daftar 0. Daftar 0, sorry, which definitely the first one, right? Sorry. So daftar 0 is the first one, 7. So daftar 1, daftar 2, daftar 3. Let's put daftar 5, which is also 7. Now let's see if, let me just do this. Daftar -1, what does it mean? Okay. There's an interesting comment is if we put daftar -1, it means the very last, the end of the list. It says daftar -1 is the end of the list, which is this number 9. Kind of interesting, eh? We can start from daftar 0, daftar 1, daftar 2. So it says daftar -1, which is this one. Let's see if I put daftar -2. It says -2. This is -1. This is -2. Kind of interesting, eh? So we can also do this. Let's just do this. Okay, let's create some kind of a we can print everything with daftar, right? With print daftar. But if we want to do it fancy for I in range, say length of daftar, we can do this. Okay, sorry, daftar. Okay, let's do this. Print daftar I. I can do also this. So it will print, one by one, 7, 3, 5, whatever. So it can go through this list one by one. So it will daftar 0, daftar 1, daftar 2. I can also put this, say, just put I. And by the way, I can copy this one. I can share it with you in the class. If you don't feel like typing it, there you go. You can copy and paste the code from the chat section. Is this good? This is good? Okay? Not okay?
Ah,
Yeah.
I have a question, Pak, regarding the use the bracket and square bracket, Pak.
Okay.
When we have to use it.
Yeah, usually we kind of memorize it, but as a guide, a line is this. The regular bracket or the parenthesis is usually when we think about function. Do function. Square, usually it means some kind of a list or an array. Like number 1, number 2, number 3. So that's usually what it does. But it depends on the situation later on. We'll see. But bracket usually as function. Square is to define a variable that this is a list variable, square. Okay, square bracket. Okay. So let me remove this again. Okay. So I have this, right? Okay. Just run it again. There's nothing come out. Okay. What if I want to delete the first entry? If I want to delete the first entry, what should I do? Okay. So let's just do this. Delete daftar 0. And then let's just print daftar again. Print daftar. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so you can see that if I delete, del means delete, the first entry, which is this one, okay, I delete 0. So you can see, oh, okay. So it will take, it will print the rest of the list. I can delete the first one. I can also delete, number 3, number 4, or whatever. You can change. All you have to do is to change the number inside this square bracket. So daftar 0 means this one, daftar 1 is that one, daftar 2, daftar 3, daftar 4, daftar 5, and so on. Okay. If I want to delete the last one, I can also use this daftar -1, for example. Oh, sorry. Delete daftar -1. Okay. If I run again, oh, sorry, delete daftar. Okay. Daftar 1. Let's run again. So it will delete the last entry here. So you have the original list, except, the last entry is deleted because -1 is the very end of this. Okay. You can do this. Now, there's also another way of doing it. Now, this is what we call in programming language, there are many ways of doing things. So this is one way of doing it. There's other ways of doing it, and now it depends on your style of programming. For example, if I want to delete the last one, I can also do this. So I have daftar, and then I have a command called pop, which basically take the last one and pop it, remove it. Let me just print again, print daftar. Okay. So if I run it, you can see that. Okay, the first one will remove it. Will remove 9 because that's the end. And then the second command, which is daftar.pop, it does the same thing. So it's basically pop, taking the last entry of your list from the list. Okay. So delete daftar -1 is equal actually daftar.pop. The same thing of doing it. The first one is using a function, delete, and then the last one is using what we call an operator running on the variable. But don't worry about it. You can just pick one of them, whatever makes it easier for you. Just stick with it. I usually use pop, but some people use delete, and sometimes I use okay, let's just use delete because it's just easier to memorize. Okay, let's just use delete. Del. Okay. Any questions so far?
Sure. So,
Yeah.
sir, is there any list of the formula, sir, or the instruction,
Okay.
like pop, yeah,
Yeah. There is
and
actually
also,
there is a list of instruction. There's a dictionary for it, but I'm not suggesting that you should not memorize it. You should not know anything that you don't have to. Just like when we are learning English, right? You don't have to memorize the whole dictionary, right? We just use whatever words that we need and use that one. The same thing with programming. You don't need to all kinds of functions that they have. Only the functions that you need. That's it. Right? Like for example, how do I know this? There's a function called pop. Well, you can use Google to search it. I want to delete this. Now you can use AI to help you. Okay. So let's see. Let's just use ChatGPT for example. Let me just use. Let's just stop this and let's say. Let me just ChatGPT. Let me just do this. Okay. Let me just share. Where's my share screen? Okay. Let's say ChatGPT. Okay, give me an example, a Python example of a list and remove the last entry of the list. Okay, so you can use ChatGPT or DeepSeek, and then it will do the same thing. See? It will say list, right? My list 10, 20, right? And then remove the last entry. It will say my list pop, and then it is print. That's exactly what my code, right? So now AI is your friend in programming. You don't need to memorize all this, but in my opinion is that you have to understand a bit of it, programming, but the rest of the coding you can ask AI to help you in coding. So this is why AI is revolutionizing the coding industry, because it can help you. It can shorten the coding or increase your productivity, because it can help you. Just like this, it can help you uh, deal with this. And then you can say, can you use delete instead of pop? Maybe you remember, I'm Pak Budi. Then it says, oh, okay. Absolutely. So it says, delete my, remember, right? It will do the same thing. Oh, now I learned something. In Dell, you don't need, actually, you don't need to put bracket. Huh, interesting. Something like that I did not know. Okay, so this is to delete using Dell. Interesting, eh? Okay, so let me go back to our code again. Let's go back to this again. Okay. So with list, you can do all kinds of things. You can delete. Oh, Pak, what is I want to add? Oh, okay. If you want to add something, you can do something. Say, for example, no, I want to add daftar. It's equal. Okay, the old daftar, but I want to add three more elements. I want to add one. Oh, sorry, three. Sorry, one, two, three, four, five, for example. Okay. Now let's just print daftar again. Okay, if I run it, it will did whatever, and then it will add this, right? One, two, three, four, five. Oh, so I can add a list using the plus. Plus means adding it into the list. Oh, this adding it at the end of the list. There is a way also to insert in between. Okay, so I can also insert in between. I don't know, between 2 or 4. I can do this also. So okay, daftar insert. Okay, insert, I think, insert at number, I don't know, number 3, I want to insert 99, for example. Okay, let's do print again. Let's just do this, and it'll say, okay, so I'm inserting 99 in my position 0, 1, sorry, 0, 1, 2. At position number 3, I insert number 99. So the 3 is actually kind of shifted. Sorry, the 6 is kind of shifted. So I can insert at the end by using plus, but I can also use the insert command to insert anywhere in the list. Ada pertanyaan? Is it okay? Jempol? Question? Salma mau bertanya? Do you have question or no? Okay. Okay ya. Now, Pak, can I use text or string inside the list? Oh yeah. You can have a list text. So let's just do this. So let's try. We have a class, for example. Class. This is the list of students in my class, for example. Let's just class is Budi, Ani. Okay, what else? Anna. Okay, Zoro. Okay, whatever. Cacap. Okay. Justin Bieber. Whatever, right? Bieber. Okay, Bieber. Okay. Okay, that's okay, right? So I can use this and I can print class. The same thing what we did earlier. Can print class, and then you can see that it will print exactly the list. So you can have a list of numbers, a list of string, and also mix of numbers and lists. Okay. So I can also have, let's say, John, for example, right? Asap. Okay. Can do this also. Okay. Now, you can do all those kind of things, just like the previous example. You can add, you can delete, you can do stuff. But now, if you have strings, what if I want to lowercase the entire string? Okay, let's just use this lower class, for example, lower class. Okay, let's just do this. This is from my memory. I think there's a something called all lower. all lower, I think. Let's just try. Lower class. Let's just do this. Huh. Lower class. There's nothing lower class. Lower class. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry, sorry. Well, this is I want to create a lower make everything lowercase. Okay. But there's no function all over. What if I create a function to lowercase everything? Let me create a function for it. Let's just create a function. Let's just do this. Define a function called all lower. Okay. And then it will take my list. It will take list, for example. Okay. Let's define it. Okay. What do I do? Well, basically it will say return x lower. Okay. For x in my list. So this is kind of okay. Let's just run it again. Okay, so this is a function that I created on the fly. Okay, I created. Okay, there's a function that create to make things lowercase. What is the function? So the function. This is the function. So for every x in the list, do lower it. So this I can do this, and it will do everything for you. So this is an example of defining our own function. My function is called all lower, and I'm calling my function here all lower. Okay, and I'm giving it a class. This is my list, right? This is my list, and in the function, the my list here is kind of a generic variable. I can use x, y, whatever. Now my function, the name of my list. Why I use my list to make it easier for me to memorize later on. Okay. So, oh, okay. Let me just put comment here. This is a function that accepts my list and convert everything to lowercase one by one. Okay. So this is kind of I sometimes I don't remember what this function is, so I created this documentation so I can run it again and it will be there. Okay, let me just copy this and then I'll share it in the chat section so you can copy and paste it in yourself. Adakah pertanyaan? Or is this good? Okay. So you can convert. So this is the nicest thing about Python. Using this simple function, you can do all kinds of stuff. It's going to be difficult if you are using another programming language. Say if you are using Java, C, C Sharp, or whatever programming language, it's going to be difficult. So this is one of the nicest thing if you are doing it in Python. Pak, I want to make the first character capitalized. How do I do that? Because name, you say the first character. Okay, let's do again here. Let's define a function again. Let's define, uh, let's make the first character capitalized. Capital. Okay. Let's define a function. Okay. Let's define first cap. Okay. And then let's take a list. My also my list. Okay. My list. Okay. So what do I do? Oh, sorry. Okay, my list. Okay. And then okay. Now let's see. Return just like the first one. X capitalize for X in my list. Okay. Can we do that? Okay. Let's try this one. Okay. Class cap is equal. First cap lowercase. Okay, class, and then print. Coba kita let's print class cap. Let's see. Let's do this. Boom. Okay, see, you can see that one. Everything is capitalized. Let me again share this one, the code in to your chat, so you can copy and paste this one. Okay. Boom. That's the code in your chat section. So what we are doing here, again, I define a function. I call it first cap. So this one is the make the first character capital. Enter it a list, and for everything in a list, one by one, for X in the list, capitalize the X. So it will take the first entry Budi, capitalize Budi. Ani, capitalize Ani. Ana, capitalize Ana. Zoro, capitalize, and so on. Okay. Pak, what if I want to make it sorted, Pak? Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Let's use AI to sort it. Now, this is a task for you. Given this class cap, write a code here how to sort it from the lower how to sort this entry. Now, what you have to do, you can talk to ChatGPT, and then you can say, I have this list. Okay, and then you can say, I don't know, class equal, and then you can put this, right? You can put that one, and then you can put that one, and then you can say, how do, okay, give me Python code that sort the list. Okay, so try that one in your chat GPT. Okay, or any whatever. Remove the pound sign. Okay, the hashtag. Okay. And what is the function? Have you done it? Okay. What is the ini? Ada yang sudah melakukannya? Give me the code. Okay, let me just see. Okay, who's doing this? Okay, let's see. Yeah, use sorted. Or you can sort. You can use sort. Ada lagi. Okay. So if I just want to print it, I can use this. Let me just try. Print class cap, and then I use sort. Okay. Let's just do this. Let's just run it. Oh, none. Okay. Class sort. Class cap sort. Hmm. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's just do this. Class cap sort. Can I do this? Print class cap. Let's just do this. Yeah. So class cap sort, which basically it will sort the list for you. So class cap becomes sorted. This is the result. Now, if you look at the code, this is kind of complicated, right? But it's not complicated. You can clean it up. So next time you can also have your code to do this. So you can write code to do all kinds of stuff. Okay. Ada pertanyaan? Is there any question before we're going to do one more exercise and then we'll close the night? Adakah pertanyaan? No? Confusing? Kalau pusing pegangan. Kalau gampang. Give me thumb if it's okay. Oke ya, Salma oke. Oke. Fitrianur oke. Oke, so now the last one. What if I want to input something from the user? Okay, let's start. Let's just do this. For example, kata is equal input. So we can add something and then we say, okay, please enter a long sentence, for example, right? Sentence. Okay. And then I can, uh, when we run this, it will ask you to enter something and whatever you type is going to be into kata. So I can do this and then I'll just do this. Let's say print. Oh, sorry. Let's just cancel this one. Print. Let's just stop this one first. Let's just do this. And then I want to print kata. Okay. Okay. Let's just run this. It will say, please enter a long sentence. Okay. This is a sentence. Okay. And then I can do this. If I run it in the sentence that I type becomes a variable of this kata. So kata will whatever we type in. Okay. So now the interesting things about Python, we can split this one into words. So I can say words is equal kata dot split. Okay. There's a function called split. And then we can print words. Okay. Let's do this. I hate the okay, for example, I have this, I hate this store or this hotel. Their service, the service is really bad, for example, right? I can type in something like this, okay? And I enter. So basically it will print the kata, okay? I hate this store, their service is bad, right? And then it will split the words from whatever we type in from kata into a list. So it says I hate this store, their service is really bad. So this is what they call a tokenization. They tokenize our words. So this is what happened with ChatGPT and all kinds of AI. We can give it all kinds of sentence. We can type in whatever we want, and then it will create these words for you, and then it can analyze what you are saying. This method is also used when you are trying to say do some kind of sentiment analysis. You can grab somebody else's Twitter, for example, or Facebook status, or whatever from online, some kind of services. You can grab the text and you can split it into some kind of words, and you can identify whether the words are positive or negative. So you can count, oh, okay, their statement or their sentiment is positive or negative. Okay. Any questions so far? This is kind of the end of our class tonight. So basically, next week we're going to do more, just one more time, and then that's it. So next week we're going to be we're going to use Python to do some kind of more advanced statistics, and then that's it. So this is basically playing with Python. And congratulations, you are now a Python programmer. Yes, silakan kalau ada pertanyaan. Otherwise, you're okay.
For the last one, mine still loading, Pak. Is this because the problem of my connections or what, Pak?
Oh, you have to type in something in your there's something and then you hit enter. You have to hit enter. That's it. So that's the first thing. That's the possibility. The second thing, it's probably also the connection, but your connection now seems to be fine. Oh, I guess I speak too soon. His connection is dead now. Okay, yeah, probably that's his connection. Hello, Agus. Are you back? Is it okay now? Oh yeah, probably it's your
Yes, yes,
connection.
Pak. Yes, Pak.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah. So the nicest thing
Until
about
now,
this
still in the
environment,
process.
yeah. So the nicest thing about this environment, we can go back and then use again, next week or the week after this. And I didn't not share this to you, but we can share this screen with another fellow, so you can do the coding together. So you can do the coding together. So you kind of have, say, a group. You can do code together by using this environment. So this is not the only thing. Google Colab is not the only thing. There's other environment called Replit and all kinds of stuff. So now people are using this kind of environment to do work together. Instead of building your own environment, you can use the cloud to do the coding, and then you can save it, and then you can work from anywhere. You don't have to be tied in your computer, as long as you have a web browser and access to your Google account, and then that's it. So this is so beautiful. The nice thing about things, I don't like. I hate installing all kinds of libraries in my computer. It's going to be clutter. I don't have this kind of libraries, and Google basically they manage this and make the library up to date. So I just have to type in something and then that's it. Okay. Sambil menunggu pertanyaan, we're waiting for questions. Prepare to show your face because we're going to take pictures of the class tonight. Sambil, and if you have any question, feel free to ask it now. So you're not. I hope you're not intimidated with programming right now. So have some kind of an idea what programming means, and when you hire somebody, you can say, "Oh, you do this," and if the person said, "I cannot do it," and then they say, "You're lying. I know how to do this. Even for me, I know how to do this." So now you can outsource the programming to your team with the help of AI. Right? But you know how to do it yourself. It's just a matter of using the appropriate tools. Okay, well, I'm preparing for my screen capture feel, wait. I'm waiting for some of you who are still trying to turn the camera. Maybe you're still on the road. Let me just give you a few more seconds, and the instruction is always the same. Let's do 1, 2, 3, and then smile or ketawa. Okay, let's do this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, ketawa. Okay. Oh, okay. Somebody's coming in. Okay, let's do this again. Let's capture this again. Okay. 1, 2, 3, ketawa. Okay, guys.